Salute, salute, grand rising to all. Salute to the internal, indigenous, spiritual, most high. Y'all know. Salute and rest in power to my big brother, best friend, you know, YouTube co-host, mentor, Jimmy McNair, y'all. Better known as Beaver to y'all, brother in the cut. May he fly high with the ancestors. Trolls, only God and your mama can love you. And I admit I'm starting to get a newfound love for you too. Some of you are funny. Really don't mean no harm. Some of you make my day actually. It's just the racists I can't stand. And last but not least, last but certainly not least, y'all. One time, yeah. I say, one time, yeah. I say, one time, yeah. You know, it's hard. Let's go. You know, it's not like when tragedy strikes, you can call up YouTube and say, "Hey, YouTube, I need to take some time off because I'm grieving, I'm mourning, I'm going through something." I've been watching my numbers just tank. So it's like being forced to be here when I really don't feel like being here. But then again, looking at it from a more optimistic standpoint, why work this hard to give up, knowing that's not what brother in the cut would have wanted. So we're here, ladies and gentlemen. We're here. All right. So today we're going to be discussing reparations again. You know, some get it, some don't. You know exactly what I mean. I'll wait for a few more people to come in the chat. Wait for some moderators to come in. As you come in, please hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I guess you already know about this. You already know. You came in like you already know. And yeah, we got to talk about this. We have to talk about this. So let's get it, y'all. We know for a long time they've denied us reparations. They've said things like pull yourself up by your bootstraps, stop waiting for a handout, we don't owe you anything, things like that. What's up, Tiffany? You know, things like that. They find the most ferocious things to say to us when it's us wanting those reparations. But when it's them on the receiving end of reparations, and usually it's really most of them half the time. Okay, so to speak, it's always them that does receive these reparations. They draw blanks. They have nothing to say. This is Paul Lance on YouTube. Fair use, educational purposes, literary purposes, commentary purposes. Ladies and gentlemen, if we can, let's hit that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Get the conversation in the algorithm. Please and thank you as you come in. Hit that like button, please.
The Grand Wizard in the White House has bypassed Congress and said he's going to take $1.8 billion of your taxpayers' money, of ours, and give it to people on January 6th that feel like they were weaponized and wrongly mistreated. Let's look at a few. Andrew Tate of Houston, he was sentenced to 6 years in prison for a
weaponized and wrongly mistreated. Those words sound familiar. Those words sound very familiar. Weaponized and wrongfully mistreated. Ladies and gentlemen, can we please hit that like button as we come in? Don't come in here and ask me to say hi to you and give you a shout out if you can't hit that like button. It's not hard, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hit the like button, please.
Assaulting law enforcement officers with bear spray and a metal whip. This man whipped police officers with a metal whip. Found guilty, went to jail, and a rapist pardoned him. Now he can sue the government for become a millionaire. Christoph Quaglin viciously assaulted numerous officers. One of the most violent, 12 years in federal prison. Found guilty of 14 charges, 12 felonies, and 2 misdemeanors.
Some idiot in here just called the January 6th American heroes. Pardoned pedos are American heroes. That says a lot about that idiot calling them heroes. This is terrible.
On a dozen occasions, he stood face to face with officers as he screamed at, pushed outstretched arms, punched, swatted, and slapped officers, pushed bike racks into officers, even choked an officer to the ground. He was.
Actually, now those words kind of make sense. You know, that kind of makes sense when you call them American heroes. Most of the people y'all praise as American heroes have always been evil, evil individuals, racist, violent, evil individuals. Right down to your Confederacy, the KKK, your government, your president, slave masters, and etc. So it makes sense why you would call them your American hero. Says a lot about your content and character too.
Pardoned. Now he can sue the government and become a millionaire with your tax dollars. David Dempsey, one of the most violent rioters, 20 years in prison. He's been pardoned. Now he can sue the government. Daniel Rodriguez, one of the most disgusting, vile human beings that I saw. Conspiracy, obstruction of an official proceeding, tampering with documents, inflicting bodily injury on officers using a deadly or dangerous weapon. You know what he did? He took a stun gun to the neck of Michael Fanone.
But J6 are American heroes, though. America was not born on love. America was never born on love, you idiot. I think you're on the wrong platform. And it's only a matter of time before the whole chat turn up on you. I think you better save yourself. I think you might want to save yourself, Vincent, and find you another platform. You're an idiot.
Michael Fanone. He had a fucking heart attack. He was in the hospital. He almost died. He got pardoned by the rapist president. This man can now sue the government and become a millionaire with your tax dollars.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? You may qualify for the IRS Fresh Start program. If eligible, you could have your tax.
Ladies and gentlemen, Vincent, you ain't telling no truth, man. You probably some scumbag living in a trailer park, holes all in your roof, a rusted truck that barely works. Probably sounds like a moped when you crank it. You ain't got nothing. And you're letting these people use you for a puppet. If you're that naive to diversity, if you're that racist, you know this man ain't doing a damn thing right for this country, and you know these are pedos. So it tells us exactly who you are. Keep going, Vincent. Tell us exactly who you are.
Tyler Bradley Dykes, one more. Sentenced to 57 months in federal prison, stealing a police riot shield, and twice beat police officers with it. He pled guilty. He said, yeah, I did it. 2 felony counts of assaulting, resisting, or impeding officers. And you know what he was yelling at the rally? Hail Hitler.
America was founded on love, though. I told you these are the type of people. These are your character builders right here. These are your character builders. And being opinionated, Vincent, doesn't make you factual either. Remember that. Remember that. Remember that. You're not filled with love. You're not filled with love. You love touching on little children. You love gripping little chihuahuas. Hmm? You like famine and you like to see people suffer and you like, you like to be ran by the government. That's what you like. That's what you support. You support pedos. You support children who are separated from their families, children who are touched in the most obscene way. That's what you support, Vincent. And I'm not a liberal and I'm not a conservative. I'm me. I have common sense. I have two eyes. You know, you're trying so hard. You just need a leader, Vincent. We understand you need a leader because you've been a follower your whole life. You know what I'm saying? You've been a follower your whole life. So we understand you need a leader, you little sheep. We understand. I've been a leader my whole life. I follow no one. I call it how it is. I call it how it is. I stand on my own kahunas as a man. I stand on my own kahunas. I didn't say you were a Democrat. I said I'm not a Democrat or a conservative. I already know what you are if you're taking up for January 6ers. You're not too bright either. Very low IQ. Yes, Storm, you're just in time. We go Vincent right here. He's one of those low IQ individuals, but we're gonna let him stick around for now.
This isn't even about politics anymore. It's just there is about 36% of this country that has no moral compass and they really just don't care about right or wrong. As long as you're a white man, you can do anything you want. Anything you want.
Including touching those children, huh, Vincent? Include march on the Capitol and beat Capitol Police, Vincent? Huh? Drop deuces on people's desks, Vincent? You can do anything you want because you're white, huh? Colonize, Holocaust, public mass unalivings. You can do anything you want because you're white and you're an American. You're a January 6th, right, Vincent? Is that your message, Vincent? Is that your message, Vincent?
And get away with it. Remember the outrage from white people, right wingers, when a black man took a knee just for wanting it?
And y'all notice I'm giving you the white version first, right? You notice I'm giving you the good white folk version first, right? Paul Lance is what I consider good white folks. I can't call him white people. He's good white folks. I rock out with good folks, no matter what color. But people like Vincent, those white people like Vincent, they're evil people. They're the people that are in the Epstein files. They're the people who raw, and too dumb to realize that they're not getting anything out of it except for the same taxation. The same taxation, the same humiliation. Just don't realize it. His loyalties are in the wrong place. His moral compass is off.
Quality? How did that work out for Colin Kaepernick? Huh. Remember when a black man wanted to be treated the same as a white man and was murdered? Remember Martin Luther King? Yeah. Peacefully protested. He was murdered. 1,500 prominently were found guilty of assaulting officers, beating officers, breaking windows, slapping them, stabbing them, causing PTSD. 140 officers went to the hospital. One died the following day, and 4 officers committed suicide the following year. And our tax dollars, not only was our money spent on lawyers to go to court, prosecutors, civil defense, research, went to trial, found guilty.
Vincent, you're the most judgmental person I know, Vincent. Vincent, you came in here. January 6th is our true American heroes. That's not true, Vincent. You say that you're just letting the truth get out. What truth, Vincent? Vincent, you haven't said anything truthful yet, Vincent. Truthfully, Vincent, you're in a sad place as most white people, not white folks, white people. Because only y'all walk around here and act like everything is okay and you're not bothered, knowing good and damn well that you're affected by this too. You suffer from extreme case of tunnel vision. an extreme case of tunnel vision. That's why when you do things like touch children, 29% of your population, you know, are men, and those men touch children. They get convicted at 77% just for child alone. So of course you don't see your wrongs. Of course you don't have a moral compass. You know, of course we expect that from you. A Neanderthal is always going to have Neanderthal traits. Vincents have been known to be the biggest liar. Exactly. So we expect that from them. We're not. Listen, that is so old school. That is so cliche, Shay Whitey. I mean, we've seen that script so many times. That's like the white woman shedding tears too and activating the system to fall in place on her behalf. I mean, we've seen all of this. You know, we've seen all of this.
Hours, hundreds, thousands of hours. And this white supremacist comes to the White House and goes, "Nah, I don't think so. We're good. Let him go. Oh, by the way, you look like you white people have suffered. Why don't you sue the government? Here's $1.7 billion. Go ahead, bring the lawsuits, and we'll pay you off." Law and order. Law and order.
Were you recently injured in a car accident? If so, you need to stop now and immediately call an experienced.
It's truly. It's the moral repugnance. It's the moral rot of white people in this country on the MAGA side. It's just morally despicable. You sane people run around saying I'm pro-life. Back the blue, back the blue. And you know what? I had a conversation with somebody a couple weeks ago about this. And I'm like, I find it rich that you go back.
Vincent, stop playing victim. Thank you so much, Alicia. Thank you. Stop playing victim, Vincent. I just told you we saw this so many times. You're allowing us to draw this narrative from you. Stop playing victim. Stop it. You don't call me white. You don't call me pedo. You don't call me stupid. And I've not called you nothing. And I'm not the judgmental one. No, but you are the ignorant one. See, I just called you something else, Vincent. I just called you that again, Vincent. Again. Outrageous average. What is the percentage of white pedophiles, white PDFs in this country? Hmm? Hmm? Tell me. If we're not going to hit that like button, I'm not reading any comments, no nothing. What's up, Renee? Don't ask for any favors if we're not hitting that like button, if we're not decorating the screen. Don't ask for your comments to be read and recognized. Don't ask.
The blue, back the blue, back the blue. But you voted for a president who pardoned 1,500 people, who literally attacked, beat, and permanently disabled many, many, many police officers. Click.
See, now we have people coming in telling the truth. Salute and shout out to you, Renee. Renee comes in and Renee's going to tell the truth. She says, America is horrible. But yet we got people like Vincent, the child toucher, allegedly, coming in here talking about how great and wonderful the America is and how great of them heroes the January 6ers were. Something's wrong with them. Something's wrong with them.
Because they don't want to be accountable for the moral rot that they actually stand for, because that is what they stand for. They don't stand for morality. They stand for whiteness. Can you imagine? I want you to think about this for a second. Go back to January 6th. Imagine if that was black people. Just think about
it. Hey, Vincent, if those are all black people on January 6th, would you still be calling those January 6th American heroes? Or would you call them thugs? I just want to know. I just want to know.
you think that this country would respond to that? Do you think they would be pardoned? Not a chance in hell. What if they were Indian or Afghan or Somalian? Not a chance in hell. Because this is about white supremacy.
Say it, Renee. Say it, Renee. Renee says all we get is a list of pets that's sent back out into the country. They need to stay locked up. That's it. That's it. Tim Tebow told us this. We know who these people are. They know too. That's why they're so defensive right now. Those are the same people who come in here and call a heterosexual man like me gay, knowing good and well ain't nothing about me gay. I love women. It's them that are gay. It's them that are gay. They go home and they have sex with their daughters. They have xex with their children. They have xex with their pets, their horses. Even the goats in the stable get the penis. When you're talking about these people, this is just who they are. Kids aren't safe. People aren't safe. Dogs aren't safe. Children aren't safe. Country, land, soil, resources, nothing's safe with these people around. You know, you can't, nothing's safe. Oh, see, now Vincent has a different take. Now he can't have a conversation. It's low IQ because I asked his dumb ass if these were all January 6ers, if these are all black January 6ers, will he still be calling them true American heroes? Now he switches position and wants to call low IQ. But we know all of you are low IQ. We know it. We know it. That's why you had to steal everyone's invention, steal ideas, steal land, steal resources. That's why you don't pay your debts. We know who the low IQ individuals are. You're running the country in the ground right now. You got to be low IQ if you out here as a man fighting to be a woman. We know you're low IQ if you are having children from your daughter. We know you're low. We know who you are.
Because the white man can do no wrong. I saw a video earlier today about some mediocre white man with a small penis going, I wonder, why do you think white kids are so upset? And they're talking about all this stuff and the victim card. You know why young white people are upset? Because they're seeing that their privilege is shrinking and shrinking and shrinking, that they see on the horizon that the white man is not going to be in power anymore, that there was a black man in the White House, and it's really scared them. It scared the hell out of them. And they're fighting and fighting and fighting, and they're fighting this fight to maintain whiteness. They're talking about making more white babies to increase the white population. Let's increase the white population and deport the brown people. Right? You want law and order? You voted for this. You want to talk about you just want people here legally?
No, you wouldn't, Vincent. No, you wouldn't, Vincent. It took you too long. You're just trying to save face. No, you wouldn't, Vincent. If all of those January 6ers were black, you have a problem with it. You be calling them thugs. You be saying lock them up. Vincent, let me ask you something. Vincent, a majority of those January 6ers, those insurrectionists, they were Caucasian people who left their homes under the ordinance and control of a pedo president, Trump, who told them to march on the Capitol. They committed crimes. These are criminals. These are thugs, right? But why aren't you saying lock them up? Why aren't you telling these white insurrectionists to pull themselves up by their bootstraps? Why aren't you telling them that you're not going to pay anything out of their tax dollars? Huh? Why are you not telling them that you've never been an insurrectionist? Huh? Why aren't you telling them to stop waiting on government funding? Huh? Why aren't you telling them that? Because they're white? Because every time someone blacks talk about reparations, what do you racists do? What do you racists do? Exactly. Exactly.
People that have been here for 10, 20, 30, 40 years? Okay, cool. Let's just roll with that just for a second. Let's play it out. So people that have been here for 40 years, never committed a crime. Let's say their documentation's not right. Whoop-de-doo, okay?
Almost every Caucasian in history who has received reparations got reparations because they committed crimes. including those slave masters, including the farmers, including the banks, including the insurance companies. Now we're going to include the January 6ers. But you mean to tell me it's okay to do what you did to black people globally, and we're just supposed to forget about it because it was so long ago? Well, if you ask me, January 6, 2020 was a long time ago too. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Stop looking for a handout. Get a job. Should have kept your dumb ass home. Should have locked up your president too. You know? Yeah, I can use some more gallons of apple juice. You see, I'm going in over here. I'm a fool for some apple juice, man. I'm a fool for some apple juice, especially when it's cold. I love me some apple juice, man. Love me some apple juice. Mm-hmm. But you notice they've got nothing to say now, y'all. They've got nothing to say because it's benefiting them. And I told you, every time it benefits them, they're not going to go against it. They're on the receiving end of the benefits. White still playing like the black man unstrung. They know who they know it's only a matter of time. But this was a slap in the face. If you've ever wondered if this country is racist, if you ever wanted to confirm that everything in the White House is racist, and it's probably called the White House for a reason, although it's built by a black man, you know, this is why. And this is a white guy putting his truth out here. So yes, white folks are able to tell the truth and see things for what it is. But those evil white child raping men in this country will never, ever, ever be accountable.
But you voted for a felon. You voted for a rapist. You voted for a man that pardoned 1,500 convicted felons. You voted for a man that committed tax fraud.
Pardoned 1,500 convicted felons, and that's just from January 6th alone. 1,500. He ain't pardoned not one black man falsely accused of a crime. He ain't offered a stay or exoneration yet to investigate or ask for DNA. He went after the Central Park Five and they weren't even guilty. But you just pardoned 15, how many people? That was guilty? That was guilty. That we all saw on camera, beating police, breaking glass, breaking down doors to get into the Capitol. We saw y'all passing police around like it was a marsh pit. Are you kidding me? And they're the ones that's gonna get reparations? But the people who were separated from their families, beaten, castrated, lynched, babies fed to gators, women raped, men raped and buck broken, all that get absolutely nothing. They committed no crime, and America said no to those reparations, saying that it wasn't a crime because slavery was legal at the time. But now you guys take it upon yourself to go out here and march on the Capitol, take the life of one police, cause four more other police to commit self-inflicted wounds to where they're no longer here. You guys get locked up, convicted under a system in which if they was black, you would say trust the jury of your peers. But since they weren't black, now they're pardoned and they're pedos and they're criminals and they get reparations. Sounds like the slave masters to me. Sounds like the slave masters to me. Sounds like the slave masters to me. Vincent, why are you still here, Vincent? Huh? Vincent, why are you still here, Vincent? You came in being ignorant. So even if you're talking smart now, I already know that you're stupid, sir. You know, you can't play. You should, if you was smart, you should have let on you was smart when you first came in the room. First impressions are lasting impressions. And my first impression of you will always be my lasting impression of you, Vincent Mathis. You're a degenerate. You're deplorable. You're something stupid and special.
Who was literally defending child molesters. Why was that okay? Huh.
Okay, I won't say white anymore. I'll say vampires or thieves, crooks, criminals, colonists, pedos. It's all still the same as saying white.
What could it be? Oh, he's white. And you all do the same thing with Lincoln Riley. Lincoln Riley, look at the white victim. Because it was an undocumented brown person. But you won't say a damn thing about the white people that attacked police officers or the white man, the three white guys that chased down a mom.
Renee, I have no problem calling them white. They have no problem calling us black, N-word, and anything else. I'm not going to doctor up my language and my lingo to appease them. They're white. They're fine being white. They don't mind being called white when it's white supremacy, white privilege, white entitlement, a white America, a white religion, white power, white Confederacy. So yeah, we gonna leave it right there. That there's no harm in saying white.
But I'm right. Literally chased down a black man because he was jogging down the street. So, the black man must be committing a crime. He must be stealing a TV or running to his gang. So they shot him down. Not one of you Republicans, pro-life Christians, my ass, passed a bill for him. Not a one of you. And even when George Floyd was murdered by...
They didn't even have an existing hate crime bill in Georgia when that happened to Ahmaud Arbery. All the hate in this country, the massacres that have taken place in Georgia alone, Atlanta, Georgia, all over Georgia, all throughout history, they didn't even have a hate crime bill in Georgia at the time. Y'all tell me how these January 6ers get Holocaust victims got reparations. Oh, thank you so much, Dougie. I'm a little kind of under the, if I tried to do the little dance right now, I couldn't nail it. But I do thank you, Dougie. I thank you so much, brother. I'm still kind of I'm grieving, so, and it's hard. I'm doing the very best I can, Dougie. Can we please put brother Dougie name in the chat, y'all? Can we please put Dougie name in the chat? Dougie just sent us a $20 super chat, and says, brother in the cut, basically, be strong. Thank you, Dougie. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, Dougie. It's hard, brother. It's taking everything not to sit here and just really cry, to be honest. It's, and I know I'm not the only person to ever go through it, but man, it's hard. It's hard. All right, y'all. When you have others talking, you should get a split screen of his face. What do you mean? A split screen of who? I'm just playing the audio. If I invite someone in on a live stream, I could do a split. Like if you ever want to get on, Renee, I can do you a split. I can do the split. Split screen. Or a storm want to come on, I could do a split screen. Sometimes YouTube trips on video playing. Well, that's why I'm pausing it and talking in between. I told everybody it was Paul Lance on YouTube. I told everybody to go subscribe. I told everybody to go over there and like the video. So I gave him his credit. I gave him his credit.
A white man, because, that's very on brand with America. You don't even talk about George Floyd. Instead, what you do is, oh, the summer of love, everything's on fire. Well, maybe, just maybe, if you would focus on the root problem.
Okay, now we just had someone else come in and ask a very crazy question. And I'm trying to tone it down with these deplorable, degenerate trolls. For someone to ask, do you want reparations? Do January 6ers deserve reparations? Did slave masters deserve reparations? Huh? I just want to know. I just want to know.
The fact that a white man could actually treat a black person that way and have even a fraction of a percentage that he might be found guilty, that's the actual problem. Because if that officer wouldn't have murdered George Floyd, there would have never been the summer of love. But you need to be the white victim. And you did the same shit with Charlie Kirk, that racist piece of shit. May he rot in hell with Jeffrey Epstein. The roaming blacks. Oh, is the pilot qualified if they're black? Or he's insulting a black lesbian customer service person. Oh, Justice Jackson must be an affirmative action hire. Ooh, the great white replacement theory. That's your guy. The victim of a school shooting. But somehow, because he was a white man, you guys lose your minds. You put him on Air Force Two.
You know what? It does feel good as a black man in this country to hear someone white actually speaking the truth. To know that all white people aren't evil, that you do have good white folks out there that has a moral compass, that knows right from wrong, that doesn't condone touching children, that doesn't condone war, lies, stealing, cheating, diseases, all this graping. It's so good to know that there are some good white folks out here, man, because the mass majority of them seems like they're just monsters. Thugs, man. Thugs. Criminals. Pedos, sexual pervs who can't control themselves. So it's nice to know that not all white folks fall up under that that profile, man. Timmy, shut up. Timmy, shut up. Even while I'm grieving, I'm trying to be nice and you just won't let me. You just won't let Timmy shut up. You sound ignorant every time you speak. You and Vincent, y'all might be like backside buddies or something. One of y'all play catcher and one of y'all play receiver, huh? I don't know how that go. It's something wrong with them people, man. It's really something wrong with their IQ level, man. The white man is not holding you down. The white man just rolled back black voting laws, you idiot. The white man just took over the congressional black caucus. Shut up. Shut up. Damn.
You hold a Nazi rally, you name streets after him, and holidays after him, and underwear after him, and condoms after him, and you treat him like he's a deity because he stood for the white patriarchy, y'all. You're not going to vote your way out of this. You're not. If a black man did 10% of this, people on the right would be.
That girl, Karina. Pretty lady, you, pretty lady, pretty lady. Thank you, Karina. I'm doing the best I can, and I'm grateful. Thank you for your sentiments. I don't want to be doing this right now. I'd rather be, just laying around and crying, and it's just gonna be a long way back. It's just gonna be a long way back. But thank you, thank you, thank you so much, Karina. Okay, I pray you get to travel to the other side of the earth, closer to your mate. Renee, what does that mean? Renee, what exactly does that mean? I'm so out of it right now, Renee. I'm doing the best I can. I really cannot. I can't comprehend that. Uncut, I pray you get to travel to the other side of the earth, closer to your mate. I'm not African. I'm right here. I'm right here. Vincent, there's something about this platform that you like. There's something about this platform that you like, Vincent. Yep, here I go. You don't like hearing the truth, Vincent. We know that most white people don't, Vincent. You're gonna throw a white person temper tantrum. Renee, what kind of questions are you asking me, Renee? I'm really probably about to remove your moderator badge. You know what I'm saying? I'm really about to remove your moderator badge. I'm not understanding you, Renee. I've never had a problem with you up until now.
Losing their minds. White people would be going insane. They would be asking him for impeachment. Literally, the man has started a war. He's bombed a school, murdered 170 people. He's spending $1 billion for a bunker just like Hitler because he doesn't plan to leave.
But that's what evil white people praise. That's what they like. I'm surprised they did that to all those little girls. They usually do other things to little girls. Ain't that right, Vincent? Ain't that right, Timmy? Ain't that right?
He's going to put armed agents at voting booths. He's literally going around spending millions of dollars fighting dissent, taking away FCC licenses from people. And you're like, yeah, own the libs. Because he's a white man. And that's very on brand. That's the most American thing, right? The white man can do no wrong. It's disgusting.
Well, I basically.
And they're disgusting. Their whole lineage, culture, history. Disgusting. Disgusting. Their hygiene. Disgusting. Their mindset. Disgusting.
Bought this roof over the internet, which wasn't something I'd ever done before, but it worked out real.
Did I have to give my tax dollars to a person that literally gave Michael Fedone a heart attack and almost killed him? It's sick. And you know what's the really sad part is that for a year and a half I pushed a general strike, and you know what I heard from white people? The same bullshit. I can't afford to. I can't afford to. I won't. I can't. I won't. I can't. Because you're not willing to sacrifice your personal comfort for anybody else.
Exactly.
Black people don't have that luxury. Somalians don't have that luxury. Transgender people don't have that luxury. Gay people don't have that luxury. Our immigrant friends, Latinos, Mexicans, they don't have that luxury. And white people are once again going back into their privilege. I need money.
They never came out of their privilege. Never came out of their privilege. This is a history thing. This is a truth-speaking FBA channel. So if you didn't read the title before you came in, you're probably in the wrong place. You're probably in the wrong place. All right? I mean, majority of y'all should be over there with Tim Pool and Nick Fuentes and the rest of the crowd, you know. Elon Musk.
I need money. I need money. You don't understand, Paul. I'm poor. I grew up poor. Okay, I was so poor I couldn't pay attention. I was broke. I lived at thrift shops. I grew up poor. I didn't even fly until I was like 20. Okay, stop the shit. You don't know where I've been. But you're going to let this entire country burn to the ground because
King Trucking. I bet you're not American. I bet you I can prove you got here by boat. I bet you I can prove that you're probably Caucasian from the Caucasus Mountains. No, we don't all bleed red at the end of the day. We can't even vote the same. Your bank accounts are not even the same. And it's not because one culture put in harder work than the other. You know, it's not because of that. It's because of the system. People who say I don't see color or we're all the same color at the end of the day or we all bleed, those are your biggest racists. Those are your biggest bigots. Those are your biggest bigots because you see it, but it's easy for you to ignore it because you benefit from it. If it worked against you, you see it quicker than Stevie Wonder with a good set of eyes. You know, you see it. But when it benefits you or when it humiliates your lineage, you're going to do what white people do. You don't want your children to be victimized. Therefore, you're going to hide the truth and lie about it. As if our children don't already know the truth and are going to get in your children's asses about it. Come on, man. Come on, man. It's a sad game. We're on to you guys. And it's a shame. This is what I call this white fatigue. And notice I'm not talking about white folks. I'm talking about white people. I'm not talking about white folks. I'm talking about white people. They're racist. Everything they did to black people, no reparations. These white Neanderthals marched on the Capitol by their damn self, committed these crimes, and they got a pathway to 1.7, $1.8 billion for reparations. You should have got unalived. A black man would have got unalived. We get unalived just on the side of the road. And y'all would say comply and or what? DIE. And a lot of these January 6ers should have been dead. I could not have been a Capitol officer then. I'm telling you, I would have let go. All those white people, pop, 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 pop. I would have made y'all a real small 13% real quick. And I would have been justified in doing so. You storming the Capitol. You trying to mess with the president and stuff. Pop, 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 pop. I'd have been hitting them. I'd have been hitting them. I'm talking about the white trash. I'm not talking about the good white folks. Like I'm not talking about the good black folks, but I talk about the black ignorant people too. You know, it's all about content of character. It's all about content of character. But I'm telling you, I could not have been a January. I couldn't have been a Capitol Police on January 6th. Man, I'd have got even for all my ancestors. I'd have been popping them as they pop, 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 pop. I'm telling you. Been like over Redenbacher. Boom, boom, boom. I'd have been like Django up in there. I'd have been beating them with whips and all. I'm telling you. I would have been beating them with whips and all. Yep.
You don't want to stand up for somebody else other than yourself. And I'll leave you with the quote
Y'all
that I'm
are
always going
taking
to leave
up.
you with. First,
Listen, evil white people, not good white folks. Evil white people. Y'all are taking up for January 6th. Pedo pardoned trolls that marched on the Capitol and committed crimes. You know, y'all are supposed to be Blue Lives Matter. Now y'all are supporting the convicts. Y'all are supporting the pedos. Man, come on, man. Come on, man. Y'all are ignorant. Y'all are ignorant.
came for the immigrants, but I wasn't an immigrant, so I didn't say anything. Then they came for the Somalians, but that wasn't me, so I didn't say anything. Then they came for the black people. Oh shit, they've done that since 1619. Then they came for the transgenders in sports. And then they came for the Islamic temples. And on and on and on. And I sat by and said, it doesn't affect me. I can't go on a general strike because I need money. What do you think's going to happen when we go into a recession and depression? Who's going to help you? Hmm? Hmm? Who are you going to look to? Blame yourself for your selfishness and your lack of being willing to be uncomfortable. That's the only way this is going to change because both political parties.
They don't know how to do that, Paul. They don't know how to do that, Paul. All they know how to do is touch kids, blame other people, play victim when they're the victimizers. All they know how to do is steal, kill, and destroy, run up debts. I mean, Paul, they don't even know this. They on they Paul. They won't even admit that they're the biggest immigrants over here in America right now. They won't even admit that they're the biggest group of immigrants over here in America right now. The Westerners, Paul. But Paul, I thank you, Paul, for being good white folks and telling the truth, Mr. Paul Lance. I respect you, Mr. Paul
Lance. Suck. Neither one of them has a solution. The Democrats are sitting by, watching this happen, saying, "Give me $10, vote for me in the midterms, but I'm not going to impeach him. Oh no, I'm going to keep voting with Trump. I'm going to still kiss his ass. I'm still going to make money from Israel, but you have to vote for me because I'm the lesser of two evils." The only way this changes is when white people are willing to be uncomfortable. Have a white day.
Oh. So now that we've gotten the white version, and the vampires didn't like that, now we're gonna go for the black version. And we know the vampires aren't gonna like this, y'all. Them vampires mad because they can't sit in the sun. We day walkers, y'all. So we can get our truth out there morning, noon, and night. We don't need sundown towns. We don't need to wait till the sun goes down. You know what I mean? And again, this ain't for the good white folks. This is for you white ignorants. It's for you white ignorants. Good white folks, hey, if it don't If it don't apply, let it fly. Good white folks, hey, you're gonna be the bulk of these jokes. You troll me, I troll you.
So they have always told us that they can't do reparations, that it's too costly. Why I got to pay for it? Y'all don't deserve anything. Well, it's interesting that Trump figured out a way to pay reparations through a fund because he was suing the IRS for going into his old tax returns and it got leaked out and all of that. So he was suing them for $10 billion. Then they do a settlement for $1.76 billion. Well, they say, I want to take that money and create this fund through the Department of Justice, pull it from the United States Treasury to create this fund for the January 6 people because some of them went to jail, some of them had their lives ruined. The government was weaponized against them, so they should get paid for it, right? We talking about insurrectionists who stormed the Capitol that we all watched on TV in real time. And none of them got unalived, by the way, unlike we had. If it was black people storming the Capitol, oh, they wouldn't have been here. But I want you to hear the justification for it. But let's have this conversation because if this happens, this may be a good framework of how we can even get reparations with no Congress. Let's go check this out.
Do you believe that people who committed violence against Capitol Hill police officers on January 6th should be eligible for compensation from this DOJ fund? And are you or your family members going to be seeking compensation?
Hell no, no. Hell no, they shouldn't be eligible. They should still be in jail. They should still be in prison. They should be 6 feet under. That's what they should be. If they were black, that's what they'd be. When you commit crimes in America, that's some of the places, some of the punishment you receive. So I don't even know how these people are still alive. Less more being pardoned. Oh, I know why they're being pardoned by a white supremacist president. You know, that's that entitlement and that privilege. You know, white people don't suffer for what they do wrong. They just do wrong. They just do wrong. Must be nice.
From that fund.
It'll all be dependent on a committee. A committee is being set up of very talented people, very highly respected people. I think it's a committee of 5. And again, I didn't do this deal. It was told to me yesterday. They said they're doing something. I do believe there has to be compensation for people that were destroyed. You have families absolutely destroyed, and it's all going to be determined by a committee of 4 or 5 people that are respected and very brilliant at what they do.
So taxpayer dollars that come out of my back pocket.
You have families that have been destroyed. And we're not talking about chattel slavery. We're not talking about blacks in America. We're not talking about minorities. We're not talking about immigrants. We're not talking ICE here. We're talking about January 6ers who voluntarily went and ruined their own damn families by creating dumbass acts. By creating a dumbass act. And he's talking about people who were separated from their families. Man, this is a special type of stupid right here. I think if you test all these people, they got low-ass IQ scores, man. Low. I'm talking about negatives. It's in the negatives like the mountains they come from.
Your back pocket can go to insurrectionists. But for slavery, oh, no. So here's the thing. He did this, or they did this, without any votes from Congress. Of course, this man is involved in a conflict with no authorization of Congress. He does whatever he wants to do. So black Americans, well, I think we should sue. That's what they do. When they're going to set up anything that's going to come to us, that's what happens. They go sue against it. Well, if the money starts going out, black folks, if you had any kind of respect, all you black people out here to be on the internet talking about you're a lawyer and all these other things, well, this is your time to shine. Go file a federal lawsuit against this fund and say, hey, first of all, this fund should not go to no insurrectionists. This is not approval through any kind of approval through Congress. What are you talking about? And on top of that, if black people should sue, also black people should sign up for it. Why? Because the government has been weaponized against black Americans forever. So black Americans should go sign up for that too. The government has ruined a lot of our lives.
Yep.
Just even being black in America, sometimes your life is ruined.
Yep.
So black folks should go sign up for that money. I mean, what's the worst that happen? They tell you no? That's it. Not like you lost anything by signing up for the money. I mean, these people here could do I'm white and I say so at any given time. They don't care. Whatever the case may be. I'm white and I say so and I do what I want to do. And you wonder why these people aren't respected. And the interesting part is the greater white America not raising hell about it. They'll complain about Trump. They'll say, oh, look what he's doing, all this and that and the third, and they don't say nothing after that. Meaning they're cool with that. Because the money would be going to mostly white people. It would not be going to no black folk. But if there's anybody talks about setting aside $1.7 billion for black folks reparations, all them white folks be raising hell, including the liberals.
And he's right. He's right. We see it right on this channel. We see it right here on the platform. Now, ain't none of them yet told these white January 6ers to pull themselves up by their bootstrap, get a job, start waiting on a government handout. None of that. None of that. The white people are in support of the white people getting reparations, and the white people always get reparations when they inflict all the crime on the country. This has been done in history. Even the slave masters, when the slaves were free, they received $300 for crops and $300 per slave in reparations because their crops were dying. Because they weren't equipped with carbon 12 melanin to go pick their own crops, y'all. So they gave those slave masters, banks, insurance companies, everything reparations. But it was those slave masters who were beating people within an inch of their life, who were using people for free labor, who were stealing people's ideas, who were lynching people, castrating people, raping people, all of this. All of this.
Where's some white liberals right now that even tell us, why should I have to pay for it? I didn't have any slaves. Well, why should you pay for the January 6th people? You had nothing to do with it. You didn't tell them to go over there and storm the Capitol. All this guy is doing is emboldening them. They get paid to go break the law.
Mm-hmm.
They get paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
And Congress, you should be out there raising all kind of hell about that. I thought Congress had the power of the purse. This wasn't approved through Congress. Not at all. Every day you get to see how these people get down in real time with Trump being in office. But black folk, where's your Congressional Black Caucus? Where are they at right now?
The government does see black and white, King Trucking. I guarantee you are a colonizer. You must be a vampire or you are a grifter. You're one of the two. You got to be an Oreo or you're a vampire. Because this world absolutely sees black and white. This country was founded on racism. What do you mean? What do you mean? From this moment on, I'm not reading any more of y'all comments because y'all are too dumb to make sense. Too dumb to make sense. Why put anything up here on the screen in the chat and show people just how stupid you are rather than just remaining quiet and never removing the doubt? We'll never know you're dumb if you don't speak. The minute you speak up, we know you're dumb. This country was founded on black and white. So what was this with the congressional voting maps? That had nothing to do with black or white. That had nothing to do with black or white. Shut up, King. You're stupid. Shut up, King. You're stupid.
They should be screaming hell about this. They should be screaming, yelling, saying, hey, wait a minute. This money is going to racists. This money is going to insurrectionists. And if anybody needs...
It's about white people in power with money controlling all the revenue, King. You're stupid. You're a degenerate. It is about color. It's just not about the color black. White isn't a color. You come from us. You come from us. It's about white people controlling all the capital in the country, dummy. I don't roll with the Democratic Party.
Money is black America, descendants of slaves. And y'all won't give black people not even...
And I don't roll with the conservatives either.
2 cents. But you want to create a whole fund? See, the Congressional Black Caucus, they're quiet about this too. That's why we don't respect the Congressional Black Caucus. Because they don't come out in unison and speak against anything. If the Democrat Party is quiet, they stay quiet. Only time they speak unless the Democrat Party say, okay, you can go say something now. They don't even really say much about Trump themselves at all. You pay attention to it. They don't say much at all. Now, Maxine Waters may take her jabs at Trump and things like that. But the Congressional Black Caucus don't say much about Trump and what he's doing. And for sure, they don't say nothing in relation to benefiting us as black people. That's why we in the hell that we in politically. Because of the Congressional Black Caucus. They stand up for nothing at all relating to us as black people. What's the point of so-called representation and you don't get nothing done?
Because you get sellouts and raccoons and Uncle Toms. That's how you get your Jesse Jacksons and your Al Sharptons and your Ben Crumps. You know, that's how you get them. That's how you get them.
But what we know about them, all they care about is protecting them seats. They're not worried about Black America or saying, hey, wait a minute. But shoot, we don't need a study. They didn't do a study to put this fund together, did they? No HR 40, no study. They can just get money. I told y'all that we need to do a study deal with these white liberals is nothing but,
you know, y'all can make all the little funnies y'all want to make. But if black people did run this country, white people, even you, would be more safe. And white people, even you, would have more money. And white people, even you, would be shown more love. Because we're just not built to be evil like you guys. In spite of everything that you guys have done globally to people, we're not like you. We're not like you. We understand we don't want that energy returned. You know what I'm saying? We're not like you. You will still get the same love. But don't get it twisted. Brother Tyron Newsom, RD, what's good? Don't get it twisted. If I ever had a chance to own a white slave, oh, I'm going to own a few of them. And I'm going to do the same damn thing to them that they did to my ancestors. For every argument that someone racist came in here and said about black people, slavery, and all of that, I'm going to remember all of that when the tables turn. If I'm 80, when we might allegedly have white slaves, oh, man, look out. Look out. Man, you know what I'm saying? Black people can't be racist. Black people ain't never passed a racist law, a racist bill, a racist policy. We ain't never destroyed a white town. We ain't never did nothing to white people. We can't be racist. White people did it all. They are the only races, besides the Mexicans and the Indians. They are the only races. Black people can't be racist. White people even have a sundown town. They have a town that they can't even move around in until the sun goes down. Black people ain't racist. We ain't do Jim Crow. We ain't do segregation. We ain't do the Holocaust. We ain't enslaved the Irish, the Italian. We ain't do none of that. We ain't feed nobody babies to no gators. We ain't pass on no fake Jesus religion. We ain't do none of that. So we can't be racist. Black people aren't racist. We can have an opinion. We can have an observation. But racist, that's exclusively reserved for, well, one lineage of people. Take your bow, vampires. Take your vow.
kicking the can down the road and playing with you. Because when they had the CARES Act and they put billions of dollars.
Timmy, that's not true. I control you, you snow roach. I control you, you snow roach. Ask me how, Timmy. Huh? Timmy, ask me how I can control a snow roach like yourself, Timmy. I'm getting a little bit tired of you, Timmy. Ask me how, you snow roach. Ask me how I can control you, you snow roach. Ask me how, Timmy. Vincent, now would be a good time for you to speak up too, you snow roach. Ask me how I have control over both of you. Ask me how. What's up, Slim Jones McGeezy? Ask me how. Timmy, say one more thing, Timmy. Timmy and Vincent, one more thing, and I'm going to show you control. One more thing. One more thing. And I'm going to say it again, Agus, or whatever your name is. Black people can't be racist. Only you doggone snow roaches have ever exercised this much racism in history. Only Europeans. I don't care because it hurts your feelings. I don't care because you're interested in hiding the truth from your goddamn children. The truth is the truth, clown. You Confederate clown. If you don't like being on the wrong side of history, then Caucasian, get your ass on the right side of history for once. You damn snow roach. If you don't like if you don't like it, change it. Change it. Y'all always wanting to lie and walk around here with tunnel vision. Oh, I gotta protect my kids so they don't feel like victims. You are come on, man. You can't protect that. Your children, I told you, Timmy, we control you. I told you, Timmy. I told you we control you, Timmy. What's good, Drill Sergeant 420? I told you, Timmy. See what happened, Timmy? Let's call that black power. Let's call that black power. I told you we control you, Timmy. Let's call that black power. Can we get the black power fist in the chat? Can we get the black power fist in the chat? You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Slim Jones McGee for coming in and getting that fool up out of here. Shout out to Slim Jones for coming in and getting that clown up out of here. I tried to tell him. I tried to tell him. See, they always want to go and report stuff, you know, and have your shadow banned and this and that. But meanwhile, Chubb, the racist builder, could run around here and tell people they chimping out and call people the N-word, and nothing happens to his channel. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. He's not shadow banned. He's not banned. No nothing. Then as soon as we get on here with our facts, they want to get all in their feelings because they want to hide their damn history so their children don't feel bad. Huh? Your children should feel bad. And your children gonna suffer the same way your white ass should have suffered, if not worse. If you don't like being on the white side of history, get on the right side of history.
I'm sorry, trillions of dollars into the U.S. economy during the pandemic. It was no study, no nothing. They just did it. With this situation, with the January 6 people, they want to give them money.
I can't even mourn the loss of my brother, man. I got these vampires coming in here trolling me, man. So yes, Drill Sergeant, these sun-dodging knuckle draggers bothering me. Yes. Lady Lorraine Art, how we doing? It's going down. Yes, they're bothering me. You know, my numbers are tanking. I'm trying to grieve the loss of my brother. YouTube don't let me take days off. You know, so I had to get on camera. I had to get on camera. None of these people are telling these January Sixers to pull themselves up by their bootstraps or to stop waiting on government assistance or stop waiting on a handout or get up and get a job. None of them. Thank you, Drill Sergeant. Thank you. And I'm sorry about your loss. I'm sorry about your loss, Drill Sergeant 420. But I don't hear none of them saying this to these vampires. But when it's black people talking reparations, oh, that was so long ago. Let it go. Move forward. You're looking for a handout from the government. Get a job. Blah, blah, blah. But none of them are saying this about these white January Sixers. None of them had anything to say about the pathway to reparations that Donald Trump just recreated on behalf of Holocaust survivors and their ancestors. Nobody said nothing about that. Start saying black, then they got a problem. But as long as that capital is going to white people, they don't have a problem with it in the world. You know what I'm saying? They don't have a problem with it in the world. That's how they work, y'all. That's why I keep telling we know their game, y'all. It's boring. The game they play is boring, and it's too predictable. It's too predictable. When you can predict your enemy's moves and what they're gonna say, I mean, god darn. God darn. Come on, man.
No study, no nothing. Just put the money there. It lets you know every time they mention a study, that is nothing but stall tactics and racism. Why didn't they do a study to figure out what people supposedly supposed to get the money as January 6th? Why didn't they do no study on that? Who's eligible? What harm did it do?
What lineage? Where did they come from? How they gonna get reparations when they're not true Americans? They're not even from here. Huh? How are they gonna get reparations when they're not even American? They're European, they're German, they're whatever they are, Italian, they're whatever they are. Huh? Who's gonna do their DNA? Who's gonna say that was so long ago we should just let it go? Huh? Who's gonna say that? Look, now the white people ain't got nothing to say.
Nope, just like, hey, we got to.
White people, y'all all right paying for these taxes out of your pocket for these January 6ers? Because y'all was so crying about having to pay those taxes if they would have passed reparations for black people. But y'all don't have a problem with this because it benefits white people, right? That means your ancestors and your culture get a little bit richer while our culture get overlooked and we continue to get a lot poorer, correct? Is that the name of the game? Vampires, I just want to know. And let's get the sun and the garlic ready in the chat, y'all. Let's get the sun and the garlic ready because I see a few vampires that we are going to have to vanquish.
And we're gonna set up a process to apply for the money. And yep, you guys made to get it, even though you broke the law, even though you stormed the Capitol. Man, I'm going to reward you for it.
You're one sentence away from launching your website with base.
Oh, y'all don't say that when it comes to reparations for blacks. Don't come. I've been trying to tell y'all that for the longest, that money don't come out of taxes. I've been telling y'all it's your government that's responsible for those reparations for black people because it was the government that passed the racist laws, policies, and bills. I keep telling y'all that. But now you're going to agree with me and say that money don't come out of taxes. Why are you agreeing with me now? Because it's for white people? So you want to make sure that they can get it? But when I was telling you that money don't come out of taxes for reparations for black people, oh, I'm not paying this. That comes out of my pocket. I didn't own a slave. You were never a slave. Why are you changing your tune now? Why are you changing your tune now? See, the difference is January 6ers don't deserve reparations. They left their home. They went and created these egregious violent acts on the Capitol and Capitol Police. All right, they were the tyrants in America. Those black people didn't choose that. Huh? No January 6er was a victim. Not one January 6er was a victim. But they deserve reparations because their little crying white wives had to miss them while they were going on long, extensive sentences for dropping deuces on a congressman's desk and propping their feet up and slapping around police and everything else, right? They were just totally innocent. And then they turn around and text the hell out of you for the national day. Yeah. These white people around here right now, so hoorah, hoorah, hoorah. And every time they pull up to a gas pump, they starting to feel a little bit blacker than we are, y'all. Because they hate them gas prices just like we do. You know what I mean? They did. They dropped the deuce on a congresswoman, I believe. I think it was Nancy Pelosi or somebody. They dropped the deuce on her desk, man. They desiccated and dropped the deuce on her desk. I'm not lying. Talk about reparations. She got a shitty deal. I'm not lying. Look it up.
'44. Since the beginning of the internet, there's never been such a fun, fast, and intelligent way to launch online.
People have to be a fool and a half not to go out during the midterms to get them folks out of there. Because they just wreaking havoc at this point. Nobody's tax dollars should be going to no criminals. Nobody's tax dollars should be going to no anti-black racists. Surely not my tax dollars.
That dog fur nastier than a mother. When this was January 6th. This was during the insurrection. This was January 6th. This was January 6th, 2020. Y'all know it's always somebody trying to be smarter than the average, and they just always appear to be stupid. We the people pay. Ain't no we the people. It's you the dummies versus we the people. Huh? It's you the dummies versus we the people. Get that right. Get that right. It's you the dummies, you the pedos versus we the people. We know how to act in public. Y'all don't. We protect children. Y'all don't. We're different in every shape, form, and fashion. Huh? Y'all can't be the people. Cause y'all some evil ass Neanderthals. Y'all some evil ass monsters. Evil ass colonizers. Child graping monsters. Huh? Chihuahua graping monsters. Pit bull, horse, goat, sheep graping monsters. Professional liars and detractors and thieves. Disease carrying. Come on, man. Come on, man. History just don't look good for y'all. And every time that sun get a little bit hotter, I get a little bit happier. I wonder why.
All the taxes I got to pay. I don't want my tax dollars going to that crap. I read my tax dollars benefit the community I'm from. But don't let these people tell you they can't do reparations. Oh, they can do it. Trump is showing you they can do reparations at any time.
Yeah, Orion gonna get them reparations. January 6th is gonna get them reparations. Huh? Y'all know Jerusalem gonna get them reparations. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know, man, don't come at me with love. Y'all vampires ain't never showed no love. Huh? I don't turn the other cheek over here. I'll tell you fuck you and fuck your white Jesus real quick, son. Huh? I give you the energy you give me. It's reciprocated. Damn your love and damn respect for you. And personally, damn you too. And that comes from a place of love.
And they will get ready to. And they don't need congressional approval, obviously, to do it. All that, did you talk to your senator? Did you talk to your congressman? Did you talk to this one? Did you have a meeting with the Democrat Party? All that mess the boule be talking about, it don't even mean crap. Because they can create funds at any time they get good and ready and start cutting those checks.
You know what I don't understand? And again, I'm not even talking to white folks, man, because I rock out with good white folks, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to the racist white people like the idiots in this chat right here saying these stupid ass comments. What really get me is y'all act like y'all really don't have the IQ to see your wrongs, man. Y'all try to sit here and argue narratives that you know are not becoming of you or the argument. You know it's a lie. You know you're trash. You know your history is trash. You know this country is trash without you. You were trash and got exiled and ran from Europe when it fell. The fall of Rome, the fall of Europe. How you think you get here? You ran from black Moors that came to help you in Europe. How do y'all think y'all got here? See, I know your history. You know your history too. I know your history. And I don't have an opinion. I have history. I have facts. You know, they know. They know. And it just makes people disrespect them more. It makes people feel like all of them are the same even more. Even if we wanted to save face for good white folks, it's almost hard at this point because we know what white people do. We know who they are. We know they're fucking devils. Let's be honest. We know that they are goddamn demons. So it's hard to trust. It's hard to trust. What's up, Sean? And they don't try to make it any better. They don't try to better their reputation. They don't try to add healing to the nation, no nothing. Pulling a knife out of someone's back and still leaving you to bleed with the knife halfway in your back is not helping you heal and it's not hurting. You got to pull it out. You got to stop the bleeding. You got to patch the wound. You got to start the healing process. And that's what you whiteys in America has never done. And we're supposed to give a damn about y'all, man. You expect us to give a damn about y'all, anything that come out of your lying, white, thin mint lips, man? Huh? Really? Why do y'all think that we will uphold respect for you and we can't get that respect from y'all vampires? From y'all sinners? Huh? Your privilege don't work over here. Your entitlement don't work over here. And we've been tired. Tired of you, tired of your white lies, tired of your white religions, tired of your white Jesus, tired of your white taught history only, tired of your white benefit. We're tired. We're tired. We're tired. And when a nation of people get tired, usually there is a uprise. Usually it comes to a civil unrest. Y'all better know something about it. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. Thank you, Slim Jones McGeezy. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Y'all better know something about it. If you are feeling generous and want to support our host, send a super chat or you can send a donation, $ Mr. Uncut Consciousness. I respect that. Thank you. Thank you. I'm always gonna bite back, man. I told you I'm not the white Christian turn the other cheek, believing that colonization religion ass brother. No, no, brother. I walk in the energy of a Nat Turner, brother. I walk in the energy of a Carmelo Anthony. I walk in the energy of a Rodney Hinton Jr. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not even interested in saving you. I'm more interested in seeing you suffer just like our people had to suffer. I don't serve that lying ass God you serve. Therefore, I don't have to be respectful. I don't have to be forgiving. I can tell you just like it is and feel great at the end of the day because I gave it to your ass just how I wanted to. I believe in eye for an eye. Huh? You're talking white, so I'm going to call you white. I'm going to call you Oreo. If you wanted me to know all of that, you would have made it identifiable on your platform right here. And you didn't do that. So now I have the right to call you whatever I want to call you or feel that you are whatever you are. It hasn't been validated. It hasn't been validated. So what? You came here making stupid arguments and stupid points. The only thing that you have said that made any type of moral sense is you don't believe January 6ers should get reparations. That's the only thing you have said, F. King Trucking. That has made sense. We've even exemplified that maybe your mama and daddy passed common sense down to you through birth. That is the only thing. Now make that make sense. If you want people to know that you're intelligent, present yourself as being intelligent. If you want people to look at you as being deplorable, despicable, disgusting, stupid, unintellectual, then keep doing exactly what you're doing. And let's see how far it gets you in life. Keep doing exactly what you're doing, and let's see how far it takes you in life. Because I'm telling you, we, the black people, we fed up. You know what I'm saying? We, the black people, we are fed up. King, I don't doubt that we can have a great conversation. You know what I mean? It's not about skin color over here. It's about content and character. I don't like your content and character. You have the content of character of a racist or a black tetherer. You know what I'm saying? A red pill. I'm not feeling your energy, but we probably could have a very great intellectual conversation if only you deemed yourself as being intellectual. You know what I'm saying? Well, if you don't have much life left, King Trucking, I suggest that you change your mindset. And that's coming from a place of love. I suggest that you change your mindset. You change your way of thinking. That you become more selfless than selfish. That you're able to put the shoe on the other foot and look at things from another person's perspective rather than your own. So if you know you don't have a lot of time left, my question to you is when the hell do you start making the necessary changes? Because apparently you've been this way all of your life. He doesn't have much time left. He's lying. I don't know. Listen, I'm not interested in how much time he has left. I'm mourning the loss of my brother. My brother time has ran out. It's expired. And damn it, I miss him and I always love him and I appreciate him. So I don't even have time to think about someone else's life. You know what I mean? Man, if you and your white Jesus don't get up out of here with that white colonized, plagiarized ass European lie, man, I'm about to open up some 4th of July fireworks on you, man. Sean, thank you. Thank you, Sean. But that's just where I'm at with it, ladies and gentlemen. That's where I'm at with it. I love all good people. I hate our government and what it does to all of us. Sorry about your brother. See, King, why couldn't we get off like this from the start, brother? And I'm sorry for snapping on you, brother. See, so why couldn't we hit it off like this from the start? See, it's not always good to come in trolling, man. Just come in and be who you are because now I get the perception that you're a great human being. But you were just being something or someone that you're not. You just want to come in and be a troll, knowing that you're a heartfelt, compassionate, courageous person. So, brother, I say walk in integrity. If you know who you are, be who the hell you're supposed to be. Stop putting on for society. Stop doing things to fit in. Stop being afraid to stand out. You know what I mean? Yeah, rest in peace to brother in the cut, man. Rest in peace to brother in the cut, man. Yeah, Tanner Hawk always in here trolling. They come in just to troll. I'm learning not all trolls are bad trolls, though. Some of these trolls are people who are still going through things, who have been through things, who don't know how to deal with things. So they lash out. They get in and they try to ruin other people's day because their days are ruined. But if these trolls had an outlet, if they had someone that they can talk to, if they can just step outside of being a troll, and be a human being, then this world would be a better place, man. This world would be a better place. You know what I'm saying? This world would be a definite better place. My brother was diabetic. His sugar shot up in his sleep. His sugar shot up in his sleep, y'all. I'm not strong enough to deal with this conversation right now, y'all. I am trying. Damn it, give me credit, y'all. I'm trying. I can't take days off of YouTube because they don't understand grieving. I'm hurting. Me and that man worked together forever. I've known him since sixth grade. I wouldn't even be monetized if it wasn't for him. And I can't deal with this yet, y'all. I'm trying. It's it's only day number 4, ladies and gentlemen. It's only day number 4, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm trying. He he was such a good brother. He was such a good person, y'all. He was a bully to a bully, and he was a blessing to the humble. There was nothing that he would not do for someone in need. There was a car that there was no car he couldn't fix. There was no house he couldn't build. There was no problem he couldn't solve. We'll be his kids have put together a candlelight vigil tomorrow down at the River Walk at 6:30. So we're gonna go down there to honor him. I didn't want to come on here and argue with no trolls, no racists, no nothing. Because I'm not even in that type of mood right now. I'm not even in that space, you know. I'll forever miss my brother. This is fresh. Like I said, I wouldn't be monetized if it wasn't for brother in the cut. Honestly, I don't even. Honestly, I don't even know where to go from here. Honestly, I don't even know where to go from here. You know, I man, we all just need to let this foolishness go, man, and just love each other while we're all here, man. Let the foolishness go and learn to love one another while we are here, man. Cause tomorrow isn't promised to no man. No man. Oh, this will hurt forever. Trust me, Dwayne, this will hurt forever. You know what I'm saying? You have to know who my brother was. I keep telling y'all, go back and look at those Black Charlie Jerk videos, you know, on the YouTube channel. I keep telling y'all, man. To see Storm and Sean chopping it up like this, and Storm, you're right. Sean did give you. I would actually say that Sean is the reason that you are a tribe member and that you know you're a moderator and that you stuck around this platform. I remember that conversation between you and Sean. I remember that. I remember that. Salute to Sean, man. I remember that. But y'all, I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. When all you can do is go on Facebook and social media and you're seeing pictures and you're seeing his children and his grandchildren and other family members and y'all don't understand how popular, you know, brother in the cut was. Around here we called him Beaver. His real name was Jimmy McNair. Beaver. You mention Beaver around here, there's only one Beaver. And everybody knew. If you didn't mean well, stay out of Beaver's way. Cause Beaver don't mind checking you. Beaver don't mind straightening you. If you need something, Beaver don't mind helping you. That is who he was, man. And I feel like that alone should have carried my brother through. Y'all know how many evil people deserve to take that walk and they're still here? But the good always has to suffer and go young. Do y'all understand this? This shit hurts, man. I don't even have an interest in YouTube anymore. I don't have that drive. I don't want to sit here and argue with people. I don't want to take on other people's energy. Truthfully, I just want to bury my damn head somewhere and just cry. Hide myself from the world and shield myself from the sunlight, time, everything, and just cry. Those of you who know. We were like peanut butter and jelly. We were like Batman and Robin. We was like Superman and his cape. You know, you never got one without the other. And these past 4 days, rolling over and still calling his number, forgetting that he's not here. Driving past the funeral home where they took my brother and placed him in the damn freezer as much as he hated the damn cold. Yeah, Yeah, this one tore me up, y'all. This one tore me up. This one tore me up, y'all. I'm a strong little mother sucker, but this one right here tore me up. Oh boy, y'all haven't been seeing me on camera because this is all I'm able to do lately. It's just cry. It's just cry. People say think of the good times when you think about his smiling face. When you think about all of his comical remarks and you think about all the smart, intellectual, conscious things he said and the knowledge he held, it still leads me back to a sad place because he's no longer here and I will never get that again. His children would never get that again. Y'all don't understand the day they wheeled him out and I had to stand there and look at my brother like this while holding my nephews and nieces, his children. I heard their grandbaby, which couldn't have been no more than 3 years old, ask, "Where is Papa going? Why won't he get up? Why is he just laying there?" My knees buckled. I didn't know what to tell that baby, man. And I'm hurting just like her, but I think she had an advantage over me because at least she didn't understand what was going on. They loved their Papa. My phones don't ring now. I'm not picking him up and taking him to dialysis anymore. Anyone who follows me knows that I just took him for, and he just bought a car less than a month ago. You know, I had just rushed him to the hospital week before last and picked him up, and within probably less than a week's time, this happened. This happened. So, I mean, it's hard being in front of this camera right now, and the only reason I have not turned this camera off because all my time, all the money, everything is on a rapid decline to the point where I may not even be monetized much longer. All my viewers are down. You know, I keep getting shadow banned because of the races. So I'm here right now just trying to bring my numbers up and let YouTube know I'm working in the midst of grieving. You know, that's why I haven't turned this camera off yet. But man, if y'all got anybody, man, out there that y'all are holding a personal vendetta against, if there's anyone that crosses your mind all the time and you just keep telling yourself you're gonna make time to go sim and you haven't made that time yet, man, y'all better get on your job, man. Go see about your people, man. And see your people through, man. See your people through, man. You know, hey, Sean, brother, I feel you. I feel you, brother. I feel you, brother. Why don't we do this, man? Why don't we do this? Why don't we take time right now? I don't care what race you are. I don't care how you voted. I don't care what your sexual preference is. I don't care what your religion is. I don't care what your financial status is. If you've ever lost anyone that you love, y'all, let's shout them out. Let's acknowledge them. Let's put their name in the chat and I'll read it. All right, so salute and respect and love to Mama Barnes, y'all. You know what I mean? Alicia's mom who transitioned in 2014. Salute, respect, and admiration to Sean's daughter who passed away. Table Barnes. Salute to Table Barnes. Salute to Kenneth Edwards. Salute this Kenneth Edwards. Ancestor Kenneth Edwards. Salute and respect. Let's do this, y'all. Let's do this, y'all. Let's do it. But I know I'm not the only person here hurting. Let's do it. Rest in peace, rejoice. Lo, my mother. All right, Mother Lo. All right, Mother Lo. Joan and Wesley, my parents. You got me crying now. Hey, brother. This is why I haven't been on camera. This is why I haven't been on camera. Because I can't keep it together. And I look at everything in a different light, in a different perspective now. And I mean, once you see things, you can't unsee it, you know? You can't unsee it. Let's keep those names coming, y'all. Let's keep those respects coming, y'all. All right, my son is Bryce Edward Jones. Okay. Salute to Bryce Edward Jones. Salute. Let's keep those names coming, y'all. I know I'm not the only person hurting. I know I'm not the only person hurting. Huh? Let's keep those names coming. Salute to David Coleman. Salute to David Coleman. Salute to David Coleman. Ashe. Let's keep those names coming, y'all. Let's put some respect on their names today. Salute the brother in the cut, Jimmy McNair. Salute to my father, Willie James Brown Jr. Salute to all my uncles and aunties and cousins and nephews, who's transitioned. All right, rest in peace to Uncle Johnny Gaston. You know, salute and respect to ancestor Johnny Gaston. Let's go, y'all. Let's keep these names coming. Let's keep these names coming. We got to help each other heal. Let's keep these names coming. All right. C.W. Stallings. Salute to ancestor C.W. Stallings and respect. All right. Is that Augustine? Augustine? Salute to Augustine. And acknowledgement and respect. On behalf of Die Satan, his father, Augustine. Salute to you, ancestor. Let's go, y'all. Let's do it. It's bonding time. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's throw it up, y'all. Let's go. We're gonna put some respect on their names today. Let's go. All right. Lee Launer says, my mom passed on Thanksgiving. My dad is gone also. Joan and Donald Horton, wish you the best. I'm grieving also. Salute to ancestors Joan and Donald Horton and respect and love. Respect and love. Salute. Salute. Let's go. Silverback, cousin Andrew Jackson. Salute to the ancestor Andrew Jackson. Respect and love. Thank you for being an inspiration. Let's go. Let's go. Let's keep this going, y'all. Let's keep this going, y'all. All right, Sean Williams says, rest in peace to Janice Gaston. My auntie OD'd on drugs. I want to say rest in peace to my grandmother who was murdered, that I speak of all the time. She was murdered by a white racist. You know what I'm saying? My grandma, Miss Doris Wright. And I want to speak up for my mom's mom, Catherine Neal. My Uncle Clarence who fought in the Vietnam War. My aunts on my father's side, on my mom's side, everyone, man. Salute, man. Salute. Let's go, y'all. Let's go, y'all. Let's go, y'all. We've got to have more. I know there's more. I know there's more. I'm so damn hurt, y'all. Oh, boy. Salute to Ancestor and the brother of Alicia Barnes, Brother Anthony Barnes. Salute to your ancestor. Respect and love. Ashe. I'm so sorry to be sitting in front of y'all like this, but it's either I'm gonna work and keep my YouTube channel monetized, or I'm just gonna let it all go to waste. And that is not what my brother fought for. That is not where he came in, and it's his time of illness to help me do this, for me to give it up, y'all. So I'm trying. Y'all bear with me. I'm trying. I can't call off for work. You know, I don't have any PTO. You know, when you're partners with YouTube, it doesn't work like that. If your numbers start going down, you're ousted. You know, so my numbers are tanking. My numbers are tanking. Ain't no military secret. They're tanking and with what I get paid every month, they're tanking in views, they're tanking in watch time, they're tanking in subscribers, they're tanking everywhere. You know. All right, Sean Williams says, "Rest in peace to my best friend TJ, passed away from a heart attack. Respect and salute to your ancestor TJ. Thank you, and Ashe. We will forever remember your name. Ashe. Let's go, y'all. Keep them rolling. Keep them rolling. See, ain't nothing wrong with this, man. Ain't nothing wrong with this, man. This is what it's all about. Ain't nothing wrong with this, man. All right, I watched my cousin get unalived at a party due to gang violence. Aaron Coleman. Salute and respect to Aaron Cohen. Ashe. It's hard, y'all. It's hard. Do we have any more? Any more? I need everyone to make sure that they hit that like button and subscribe button. Share these videos. Maybe go look at the videos, the shorts. I want to find at least one video to make go viral with Brother in the Cut as the Black Charlie Jerk, so those proceeds can help pay for his funeral arrangements. I have a GoFundMe, you know, in his name, a loving farewell to Jimmy McNair on GoFundMe. You know, we need help, ladies and gentlemen. I want to send my brother off in the right fashion, you know, in the right fashion. King, you turned out to be all right, soldier. You turned out to be okay. My aunt Leola Frazier and my cousin Lola Reed. Respect, admiration, and acknowledgement to Aunt Leola Frazier and cousin Lola Reed. Respect, love, Ashe. Let's do it, y'all. Let's call it out. Let's call it out. Let's let them know that we remember and they'll never be forgotten. Ashe. And as much as I want to sit here, y'all, I can't. Because I just need to go. I, I need to let it out. I just need to cry and I need to yell and I need to punch stuff and I just need to. I just need time. I need my brother back. I'm so damn angry. All right, Sean Williams says, "Rest in peace to my girlfriend's sister, Galen Gibson, passed away from a stroke. Acknowledgement, respect, love. Ashe to Galen Gibson. Ashe." I just had to go buy candles for his candlelight vigil tomorrow. Just had to go buy candles for his candlelight vigil tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. I always hugged my brother and gave him dap, and he was always here. Always picked up. Now I'm reduced to burning candles in his memory. Silverback, thank you so much, Silverback. Thank you, Silverback. Silverback sent a $20 super chat. Can we please put Silverback in the chat, please? It hurts, y'all. It hurts. It definitely hurts. But I'm trying to find my strength because Lord knows my brother was strong, man. He was strong. See, I just go on Facebook and look. God took you in the middle of a season when I still needed you the most. Heaven took you away before I was ready. He was always on this channel. We did lots of videos together and then started doing live streams. But if you go back to the videos, it was all those Black Charlie Jerk videos, man. That's how we got popular. Off of those Black Charlie Jerk videos. He was always on the platform. That's brother in the cut. I wouldn't even be monetized on this platform if it wasn't for him. Now, I'm a one-man show. Yeah, big salute to you. Just give me time, y'all. I'm trying. Give me time. I'm trying. I realized he was the only male I even hung around or talked to on a daily basis. Now I have no male friends. You know, I have no male friends. I appreciate it, and we appreciate how you gave us space to give a remembrance to our own loved ones. You do your thing and come back when you're ready. We waiting on you. YouTube don't understand that, my man. My numbers are tanking. I'm probably not even gonna still be monetized by the end of this week. In between all the shadow bans and my numbers are tanking. They're tanking. I've had a crappy month even trying to make money on here because of all the shadow bans and dealing with all the race soldiers, and it's just time for people to come together, man. It's just really time. Life is short, ladies and gentlemen. You can be here today and gone tomorrow. Just because you woke up today does not mean you're gonna finish the day out. We just have to be better at loving each other, man. We have to be better at supporting each other, man, and being there for one another. We just have to. We just have to. Y'all, I really have to get off of here. I didn't want to break down in front of you all anymore, and I know a lot of y'all are going through your own circumstances, and here I go ruining your day and bringing you back down when you're already dealing with things of your own. You know, I miss my brother, y'all. Thank you to everyone who showed up today and supported me. Thank you to everyone who sent super chats and their condolences and their prayers and their love. Thank you to everyone who shouted out their loved ones today. But I'm just not strong enough for this screen yet. And I hope y'all understand that I have to go right now because I have to find my strength and my happy place. And I can't do that right now because I am goddamn it fucking hurting, man. I am hurting. He was my everyday. He was my everyday. King, you're all right with me, brother. You are all right with me, brother. And I hope to see you back. I know who you are now. So we'll be good, brother. We'll be good. I hope to see you back. Y'all know what to do, man. Y'all know what to do. Get your one-on-one. Get your one-on-one. Get your one-on-one with your eternal spiritual most high. Y'all stay prayed up. Stay blessed up. Stay meditated up. Stay protected. Stay real. Stay conscious. Stay uncut. Be inspired. Be great. Be you. And to all of our ancestors that we've lost, fly high, salute, respect, and ashe. Rest in power. Jimmy McNair, aka Beaver, also known as Brother in the Cut. Ashe, y'all. Fly high, big bro.